Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It was a Tuesday morning like any other, or so it seemed. The chatter backstage at ITV Studios bubbled with laughter and makeup brushes, caffeine and camera rehearsals. The women of the nation's favorite lunchtime panel, Loose Women, were prepped and powdered, ready to dissect headlines, share heartfelt stories, and, of course, throw in a cheeky innuendo or two. But as the countdown to airtime ticked on, something was off. The familiar hum of studio energy had shifted, like the air before a storm. In walked Ruth Langsford, not in her usual pastel ensemble, but clad in a sharply tailored navy blazer, her signature blonde bob more polished than ever, and her expression serious. Producers hushed. The floor manager lowered her headset. All eyes turned to Ruth as she walked to the center of the stage and stood tall beneath the studio lights. "We're going live in 3, 2... "No," Ruth said, softly but firmly, holding up a hand. "We're not." Confused murmurs rippled through the crew. Andrea McLean leaned in, whispering, "Is this a prank? Where's Ant and Dec?" Ruth stepped forward, eyes glinting with the kind of excitement that only comes with revolution. "Ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home, we have an announcement." The studio lights flickered to full brightness, cameras focused. A live feed streamed on screens across the nation, viewers expecting gossip and giggles. Instead, they got Ruth, staring straight into the lens with quiet defiance. "After 25 incredible years, Loose Women is going off the air temporarily," she clarified, as gasps echoed from behind the cameras. "But not because we're finished. Because we're evolving." She paused, letting the weight of her words hang in the air. Then came the twist. "I'm proud to announce a brand new live format, Loose Nation, a bold, unfiltered, primetime program where the voices of British women won't just talk about the news, they'll make it." Cheers erupted behind the scenes. Cameras caught glimpses of panelists clapping, some with tears, others with raised brows, shocked and intrigued. Ruth continued, "We've heard the feedback. Women want more. Not just midday fluff and celebrity gossip, but honest, unfiltered, fearless dialogue. Politics, motherhood, injustice, joy, rage, raw and real. We're giving our audience not just a seat at the table, but a megaphone." The decision had been in the works for months. ITV bosses, noticing declining midday viewership and a hunger for more substantial content, approached Ruth with an idea. Instead of fading out a beloved brand, why not reimagine it? Ruth, never one to fear a challenge, jumped in with both heels. Loose Nation would air twice a week at 8:30 p.m., a power move, competing with dramas, football, and news, but offering something unique, unscripted conversation with fire and flair. A rotating panel of not just celebrities, but activists, frontline workers, artists, and ordinary women with extraordinary voices. As Ruth wrapped her speech, the studio cut to a promo reel. It showed clips of fiery debates, emotional moments, women from all walks of life. The tagline pulsed on screen. The conversation just got louder. Viewers at home were stunned. Twitter exploded. Some were nostalgic, mourning their midday companions. Others were exhilarated. "About time," one tweet read. "Loose Women just became loose legends." Backstage, Colleen Nolan handed Ruth a glass of bubbly. "You sly fox, you've been planning this revolution while pretending to care about my cat stories." Ruth grinned. "The nation's ready. Let's give them something they've never seen before." And so, Loose Women stepped out of the comfort zone and into history. Because sometimes the only way to stay heard is to shout louder. And Ruth Langsford She just turned up the volume.